Hi, everyone. I'm Logan Baldwin. I'm the executive director of Clement Film, and with me I have Justin Crawford and Alan Paul Jones II, the director and star of The Audition. So you guys are both students?
Yeah.
Yeah, just recently
Cool.
graduated.
Recently graduated. Where from?
SOU.
SOU? Very nice. That's in Ashland.
Yeah.
Justin, did you graduate also?
No, I'm a junior now.
A junior. Cool. Great. Um, so did you submit the audition for a grade? Just curious.
For a grade?
Yeah. Was it a school project or was it
Yeah, it was
just,
it was a school project. Yeah.
yeah. So did you get a grade on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an A.
It was an A. Okay. I was just curious,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask all of our student films that. I'm just curious. Was there like a specific prompt or guidelines that you had for this project, or was it just like, well, let's start with this. What class was it for? That's important.
It was for Decent 203, which is just a intro to production class.
Intro to production. Okay. Did you guys have like guidelines or like a prompt for this project?
It was using the 1, 2, 3 method, which is what is it? One location, two actors, 3 minutes.
Okay, there you go.
And
Fantastic.
then they also gave us a prompt of flourishing, which was I think this year's school theme, whatever.
What does that mean?
Um, it was it was basically somehow your film has to have flourishing in it. A lot of people went for flowers or like the main character gets better, I guess, at the end. It was confusing. It was the first time they
Interesting.
gave in that class a prompt.
I see. So what is the flourishing in the audition?
This is a great question. I don't know if there is flourishing in it. I guess Alan doesn't decide to do it, or what are you gonna say?
There's a flower suit.
There's a flower suit. You're right.
There's a flower suit. Yeah, that's good. That's fantastic. Okay. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about your filmmaking backgrounds?
I started film in high school around sophomore year. My high school had a very great film program and had it was just amazing, well funded, had black magic cameras. It was fun. I first was editing and I liked that a lot. And then I started like directing stuff more in college and I like it a lot. I don't know, that's about it.
Yeah. Have you made other projects in the past, or um is this your directorial debut?
This is my first time. This is my first time directing in college. I've directed in high school before, and those like 30-second shorts,
Oh, sure.
basically just like quick sketches.
Yeah, 30 seconds to 3 minutes. We're getting there. Slowly, slowly, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. What about you, Alan?
Um, Not too much in film studies. I took a year to study film back in 2021 at a college in Vermont, and it was really fun. I've grown up with a sort of like theatrical background, big into acting and just performance, and then doing like the stage techie stuff like lights and like moving stuff around, building sets. And film was something that I've been wanting to get into. Over COVID, I took like a big break I took a year off of school just to, well, one, not die, and two, to just sort of gather my bearing, like get my bearings on things. I did a lot of at-home study of just like learning how to write a script, learning the basics of filmmaking, like the different angles, shots, what makes a good film, visual storytelling, blah, blah, blah. And all that led to me going to film school for a year in Vermont at Champlain College. It was really fun the time I had with film there, at least in the classes. But mm, I had an interesting time going there. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun,
Film school is interesting, right? Because you don't at this point it's not like a requirement anymore to be a filmmaker. You don't have to, you can just learn
yeah.
stuff online a lot of the time. And this is not to put down you guys' experience, right? Because
Oh,
it is helpful more in the way where you can you make a lot of connections through film school, and you get your hands on some really nice equipment that way, and you get some experience probably maybe a bit faster than if you were doing stuff yourself. So it's really interesting, the choice to go to film school or to not go to film school. But yeah, it is certainly helpful. So have you said you've done some theater in the past, Alan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done before?
Uh, high school theater. I went to college in LA for performance, not necessarily just theater, but they gave you like an all-around like singing, dancing, how to act for the stage, how to act for movies and stuff, how to direct your own stuff. And then I came to SOU in 2022, and I've been here for theater ever since. And I've been able to actually dive into more of the technical stuff behind it, like a lot, like again, more of the lights, set building, props. What else? I haven't done much with sound. I've been wanting to, but
Sounds
I've
tough.
been. It's fun
Sound-
though.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting you bring up there is a difference for sure between acting for the stage and acting for film. And I've worked with actors on a film set where all of their background was just theater acting. And so I was trying to shoot this intimate moment between, a mother and her son, and the mother is just doing this big acting, and she's playing to an audience at the people in the back row, and they're like, no, you'll be on a screen, everybody can see you real close up, you don't have to do that. It's very interesting how that goes. So I love the audition. I thought it was very funny, and I love the comedic take on this. I've heard plenty of horror stories in the past about bad auditions. Have either of you guys had bad auditions in the past? Sounds
I
like
mean, I've
maybe.
I've never auditioned for anything, but I've taken an intro to acting class where they had us do a mock audition, and it was terrifying because it was in front of the entire class, and it was it was terrifying.
Totally, totally. What about you, Alan? Bad
I've
experience?
done. I know none with directors or like people like I've never had an audition style audition where my casting director is just asking me to do a bunch of crazy shit just back to back to back to back. But I know I've had some auditions where I've gone in and just looked like an idiot, and
Yeah,
I'd walk out like, "Ooh, that wasn't the best." But yeah,
yeah. It's tough. It can feel almost degrading sometimes in a bad audition where you're put under such a microscope, and they're analyzing everything about you as a person and how you're acting and how you're performing and stuff. And it's interesting. So what then do you think inspired Justin, did you write it, or did Alan here help with the writing?
I wrote it over, I think, Thanksgiving break, and I would
Mhm.
like send stuff to Alan and be like, Alan, did this happen? Do you feel this way? Is this real? Are you okay with this? Because a lot of it was just like improv of Alan doing weird stuff and like
Totally.
just handing props to him.
Yes. Well, I'll hand a prop to you, Alan. I thought your improv was very good. Uh,
thank you.
what was the inspiration behind this then? If you hadn't had like a real audition like this, before, did the inspiration come from that class where you did that audition, or something else?
Not really. The inspiration for the audition came from a TV show Frasier ran a couple of years ago, a lot of years ago. And it was basically like it was, I think, like a 20-minute episode, and then like each, I think, 5 or 8 minutes they have like a skit basically play and the title being before it. And I was like, what if I do something skit like 3 minutes could be really easy, just something like that.
Sure, sure. Um, let's see. So what is the stance here on the auditioning process? I guess this will be directed more towards Allan. How do you think it can be improved? You know, the pandemic brought about like the rise of audition tapes where you just submit it. Do you
Yeah.
prefer that? Have you done any of those? Do you prefer that to like being in a room where people can like give you notes in real time?
I'd say it kind of depends because I've done self-tapes in the past. I do like them. It's easy. It's better for a busy schedule whenever I just need to, oh, I got 30 minutes in the day to just record a few like self-tapes, send them out, I'm done. But I do like the intimacy that comes with a live audition. But I do one thing that I did really like about Justin's film is the fact that while I've never experienced a horror story audition setting, I've heard horror stories from some of my friends who've just had directors be like the weirdest people or just the meanest, or like they'd go in to do the thing and then the directors are just like blah, 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 blah. And I can see that's the one thing that I'd say kind of sucks is I like the intimacy of a stage and like being with the people front and center so they can see me and not just like a recording of me. But then it also comes in like it's the inconsistencies behind a lot of auditions because there's like a lot of different like in its way, like the entertainment industry and like auditioning and stuff like that, they're all artists doing their own thing and they have their own method to like how they get the best actors, how they like cast and whatnot. But with that, there's not a real core, I don't know. I can't say there's like a super core foundation of like, oh, you're gonna always meet this type of casting director, this type of I mean, for like a general, like if you're going to big, like going to the big company auditions, like Warner Brothers or Paramount, maybe. But if it's like smaller, like theaters and the thing, or short films in the area and whatnot, it's a mixed bag, I'd say.
Totally different every time. Um, it looks like you guys probably had a lot of fun on set shooting this. Is that true?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I wondered while I was watching this, I wondered if maybe you cut the audio during the montage scene because like I wouldn't be able to stop from laughing because I thought you just were so good in it, you know? I thought it was a really great comedic performance. So I wondered, it was like, I bet you they cut the audio here and just put the music because everybody was laughing and they were having a great time there.
Uh, I I think there was like snickering in the background that could probably be heard. I've never heard a copy of it without the music in the background, and I do want to someday get that, or just someday reshoot the thing because I had bigger plans for this. I was gonna have like before Alan shows up, have like auditions come in and they'd be like completely normal and stuff, and then Alan comes in and it's just completely weird and strange compared to the other ones that came in.
Who has
Yeah.
tape? Sorry.
Jared has it.
Oh, okay.
I had a separate editor for this because it was 5 people in the class and we were all given roles and we're given an editor role. So I didn't edit this.
I see. I see. I got you. I got you. Interesting. Do you have like a fun memory from the shoot? It seems like
Alan in the
yes.
flower costume.
Just
It
in
was
general in
so
the flower
funny.
costume. It's good. It's great. I loved
That
it.
is that is a good one. For the little montage, we did it, I want to say like 3 times over,
Yeah.
and we changed he had like a whole freaking cart of just props, like random stuff like the lanterns, the stuffed bird toy, the toy gun, just off in the corner. And well, before shooting, he told me that he has a grab bag of props and he asked if I wanted to know what they were, and I completely was like, no. So I wanted it to be a complete
Surprise.
surprise when I hit the
Absolutely.
stage. And he was like, all right. So we did like 3 takes of it, and each time he'd either grab out a new prop that I didn't use last time or it'd be in a different order. So I'd be like, "So what is this?" I got like a jar of like, it was like snake. It was supposed to be like fake snake venom, but it had like eyes warbling around inside, it looked like. But it was just a bunch of freaky shit. It was really fun to just try and make a monologue work from random props.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. So flipping it, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced during production? I know you mentioned before, was it you did you say you had a different idea and then something flooded? What tell that story. What
Yeah.
happened?
So before this, I had an idea of basically Alan would this is like new story. It'd be like a mystery thriller, not really what is it? Like old-timey one, but like Alan would be playing Harper Clearwater, and in the end, I don't know, I want to say I guess I can say the ending.
Yeah.
It'd be like Alan would be revealed to be the villain itself, the plant monster, which is where the flourishing thing comes in because it
Oh,
was
I
a
see.
plant monster. But like Alan would be a plant monster trying to
So you had
solve
the
the mystery.
costume the whole
Yeah,
time. The costume was non-negotiable.
Well, the flower suit was sorry. So the flower suit was hand me down from another film group that had done it beforehand. With the Harper Clearwater, I really liked it. What was it called? Garden of Murder, because it was like a 1920s noir film thing, a noir detective drama with like imagine Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde meets like Little Shop of Horrors in a sense, where like I'm trying to solve my own case. We had created like we took like rope, frayed it and made it into like smaller strands and then retied it after painting it green so it looked like it had like these sick ass vines and stuff. And we had some other like costume things. Like we did all this stuff and like right when we got to filming it.
yeah. So while we were filming it, we filmed it at an exterior location. It was completely exterior in the middle of like what before Thanksgiving, so like probably late October, early November, and it was really raining, and we were next to a small river that ran through the park that we're at, and the river flooded basically, and it like washed down into the like over barn that we were staying at. There was like a barn with like a attachment to it, and it started like flooding the bottom of it. It flooded fast, so we had to. I basically just canceled the shoot. I said everybody can go home because I was it was bad.
You should have seen it. It was horrible. What was so funny about this is we started the day off, it was just gray and overcast for most of the first half of shooting, and then maybe like a bit of drizzle. We're like, we stopped because it started to get to be a bit too much, and we were just trying to figure stuff out. We took a break for lunch, cleared up completely because everyone had been like working all day, like trying to figure stuff out. People are tired. Take a lunch break. Clouds clear magically, no rain. We're like, this is perfect weather. I think we could start shooting. As soon as lunch ends, rain, rain, just back to back to back to back to back. And then the riverbank, like in the dead of night when it's like all pitch black, we're like trying to fix one of the lights we had set up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we hear one of our crewmates be like, guys, and we turn over and there's just a river overflowing all our other equipment and like our personal stuff. And we're like, what the fuck is going on?
I will say it was really scary because the water started flooding. We had a propane tank and a space heater. So for just a slight minute, I thought the propane tank was like leaking, and I was like, wait, it's a gas. What am I doing? What am I
Of
thinking?
course.
It was
Yeah, but
terrifying.
the heater with the water not great either, you
No.
know.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. Oh, not even thinking about any of the other equipment. Was anything damaged?
No, nothing was damaged.
Okay. Except your pride, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit. Are you guys going to pick back up on that project, or is it dead? Is it
I
drowned?
want to do it
Excuse
again.
me.
I want to film it. It's a good idea and I like it. I need time and a place to do it at.
Yeah, and less rain.
Yeah, and less rain.
Totally, totally. So what's next for the two of you guys? Do you plan to work together on future projects?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You guys know each other for a while?
Ish.
I've like
A
a
year,
year or two. Yeah, a year and a
year
half.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, do you guys have any final words before we sign off here?
Um,
I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
Um, have fun when you're making art, anything, any type, whether it's film, theater, visual arts. It's really fun. Have a good time. Work with people you like. Be
Yeah,
ready for
yeah,
crazy
be ready.
shit like a flood destroying your whole set or God knows what, but keep pushing through. It'll work out probably. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Filmmaking is problem solving. I've said it 100 times. I'll
Oh
say it
my
a million times. Filmmaking is problem solving.
Oh my
A lot of
God.
problem solving.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
God.
All right. Thank you, Justin and Allan, for submitting your film to the Klamath Independent Film Festival. The audition will be available on Eventive for a limited time as part of our online showcase. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.